Hi everyone, I am Bridget Litweiler and I am currently serving on the Washington County 4-H sheep department, and I am here today to talk to you about the different breeds of sheep that we commonly see here at the Washington County Fair, and also some information about our feeder class. So our market breeds, since we show on breeds, we do have a classifier that does come on July at our fair weigh-in on Sunday of the start of the Washington County Fair. And he will go through and he will classify and tell us, hey, this is what this lamb is. So he has the final say of what that lamb is and what class it's going to go into for the sheep show, typically held on Tuesday morning of the fair. So the common breeds that we see here at the fair are Suffolks, Hampshires, Naturals, Crossbreds, white breed influences, also known as Speckles, Dorsets, and hair sheep. Now, if we get another kind of sheep that comes through, it will go into an all other breeds class unless we have enough lambs per our section of the fair rule book that would establish a new class for that breed. So you may be asking me, well, how do I know what kind of sheep I have? Well, I have very basic descriptions for you, and if you want more information, reach out to the extension office or reach out to somebody on the sheep department or a family in the sheep department, and we would be able to help you get more information if you don't know what breed you have. So a Suffolk is your typical black face, white body sheep, and it doesn't have typically too much wool on the legs, just black legs, nothing special about it. It's just a very basic sheep. A Hampshire, this is typically a larger breed of a sheep, and they have a white wool patch on the top of their head, and they typically have wool patches on their legs, usually bigger, puffier legs in the back, and typically they have pretty decent amount of wool or a white wool patch on the front of their legs. The next one is a natural sheep. This is a dark-bodied sheep. It's typically a little bit of a finer bone, smaller build sheep. They are also known as a blue sheep, so like sky blue at night, like dark black sheep. So then the next one that we have is the Dorset, and these are just basically all white sheep. White face, white body, white legs. That's pretty much how you distinguish those. And then a speckled sheep is obviously a cross between a Suffolk or a Hamp, and then a cross in with a Dorset typically. So they'll have speckles on their face, they'll have speckles down on their legs, typically closer to their hoofs, and then sometimes they do have speckles on their belly area. So that's how you distinguish the difference in that. Now, the breeds for our breeding classes at the Washington County Fair are for purebred ewe lambs, purebred yearlings, white or speckled face commercial ewe lambs, and black face commercial ewe. So that is how we break out the breeds on the breeding side. So basically, if you have a black face lamb, it's going to go in the black face commercial class. If you have a white face or a speckled face, it's going to go into the white speckled class. And if you have papers for purebreds, they will go into their own class. And for our breeding classes here at the Washington County Fair, you can have 2 entries in each class for breeding only. 2 entries in each class for breeding only. So you could have 2 black face, 2 white or speckled face, 2 purebred ewe lambs, and 2 commercial yearlings if you wanted to. We also offer a feeder pen class. This is also known as a pen of 3. This class is unique because the lambs are not actually shown in the show ring on show day. So this class is judged on record keeping, an actual interview with the judge at your pen, rate of gain, and your actual live placing of the class. So the judge will say, when you do your interview with him, he'll get, after he talks to you, then he'll go ahead and place you overall, and that is figured into the score. So the point of this class is basically for record keeping, for you to understand how to properly feed as if you were going to feed out sheep, for in real, like even in your adult life or just all through your 4-H career if you choose to do the feeder pen class. It's a good way to understand feed efficiency, rate of gain, how to break even, how to make money, how to lose money, where you're good, where's a good starting point for the price of your project. Like if I buy them here, where do I have to be to break even when I sell them at the county fair? So it's a very good learning experience. It teaches you all the different equations that you can do in your sheep project that maybe you don't do when you're raising commercial or breeding sheep, which typically you will do that if you have your own herd. You'll always be running numbers to see where you're doing well or not doing well and where you can improve. So this would be a good class if like, oh, I don't really know if I want to do the sheep project. This would be a good place for you to start because you could learn about how to feed a sheep, how to break even. You can learn the basics of them, but you don't have to worry about going in the show ring on show day to show your sheep. We recommend that the feeder pen lambs are no more than 75 pounds as well at the May weigh-in, and that we recommend that they are born on or after January 1 of the current year. The beginning price of your feeder pen will be provided to you at spring weigh-in, and so that is how we determine that is we pull the information from the Kelowna Sale Barn website market report from the week of our weigh-in, and we give you the prices based on the median of the range given there. Then at July, we'll give you the ending sale price of the lambs, and so that is also based on the current market report from the Kelowna Sale Barn's website. And then we also will give you a price for corn and price for hay. The price for corn is figured off of Cat's Grains market reports that are provided the week of fair, and then the hay comes from the Kelowna Sale Barn market reports there. These lambs cannot be shown, if you do feeder pen, they cannot be shown in the market class at all. They are their own class. They can't be shown in anything else, and they must be docked and castrated. Also with the feeder pen does not count towards your 6 market lambs. So if you want to bring 6 market lambs and a pen of 3, you can do that with the feeder pen project. These lambs must be sheared on or before June 1, so they have a number 1 pelt. And so many of you are probably like, what's a number 1 pelt? Well, a number 1 pelt is a 5/8 inch to 1 inch of wool growth. So when you shear them down on or before June 1, you will take them all the way down to their skin and remove all the wool, and then you will just let it grow back and up until county fair. So you will have to wash your lambs a few times to keep them clean. You'll want to try to keep the wool as white as you can and as clean as you can for that. You can sell your feeder pen lambs at the livestock auction at the end of the county fair. And if you want to participate in the auction, make sure you read about the directions in the fair rule book. And if you have any additional questions about the feeder pen project or any questions about the breeds of sheep that we commonly see here at the Washington County Fair, feel free to reach out to anybody in the sheep department or to Ted Greiner. He's in the Kyoto area. Todd Schmidt, he's in the Crawfordsville area, or myself, I'm in the Washington area. Or if you can't get a hold of any of us, feel free to reach out to the extension office and they will get you in contact with somebody from the sheep department. Thank you for watching.